Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it's time for another full body workout, and it's only up 4 pounds. All that pecan pie I ate yesterday, and I only tripped the scale at 213. So that's good. I'll probably swoosh down in a few days. So we're slowly working these front squats back up, and I'm trying to just find the amount of depth that I can get and to brace my core to where I get no low back pain. It actually hurt on my second set, but the third set it didn't, so that's good. It's just a matter of getting all this right, and I'm going to just, again, rehabilitate this muscle strain, and again, do what I can, and keep training, keep moving forward. I'm not going to end the cut because of this. Now, am I expecting that because I have a DEXA scan coming up next month, and I'm having to take probably 2, 3, maybe even longer weeks with less than ideal leg training, is that going to affect my DEXA? Probably, but that's okay. We have to stay injury free. And what I would call this, I wouldn't call this really that serious of an injury. Strains happen, pulls happen. People have to remember that. I mean, people forget that I had a whole leg turn almost black when I pulled a hamstring a few years ago, and what, 2 weeks later I was back to deadlifting 520 or something for work sets. So it's all good. These things happen. But definitely having that lower back strain. And again, it's definitely erector, it's definitely muscle, doesn't seem to be herniated. From what I can tell, I'm not getting any of the signs of an actual herniated disc, so that's good. That means I've just overtaxed the muscles, really. And again, it's probably not deloading when I needed to while cutting. But yeah, to be 46 pounds into a cut, all within the same year, and still be cutting and still be training hard, we've got to watch recovery. And that's ultimately what a lot of the experts are trying to say now, apparently. A lot of the experts are saying that most training injuries really don't even come from form. They come from just straight overuse. Excessive load on the muscles, and probably a case because I do so much axial loading, probably a factor. Now, can I adjust my stuff to help? Yeah. But I think what people need to remember is that honestly, squat style hasn't been found to tremendously change the stress on the lower back. I think if anything, it has to do with me having too much pelvic tilt at the bottom of my squats and going deeper than I need to. And that's kind of a point that's been made. I've been doing a lot of really deep squats, and that's when I hurt myself. You guys notice everyone was complaining, oh, you have thoracic rounding, when I was doing 485 singles every day. And yet I would get no pain, right? I got no pain. Then when I start doing deep pause squats with weights under 400 pounds, then all of a sudden I pulled an erector. I think there is something to be said for that. So I really do need to focus on getting better, just ideal back position. And like I said, I'll do the front squats for a while. We'll build the front squat up and ease back into everything. In the meantime, though, I can hammer the shit out of my press, which is what we're going to do, because that lift will probably make the most difference for me in terms of building up the muscles that are going to look a certain way as I continue to get leaner, and it's just an all-around great exercise. Now, that 4 pounds of pecan pie benching was actually decent today. This is a weight a lot of times I only get triples with. I got my 3x4 with it, and I'm going a little heavier on the bench. Some people are going like, why are you dropping under 5s now for your work sets on the close grip bench? Because I'll just get a little more tension. I feel like my chest is decently big. I'm not that worried about a lot of training volume. I really just want to use this to get stronger right now. And I feel like I can get a good balance of strength and size going a little bit heavier than 5s, right? A little bit heavier. Not a lot, just a hair heavier. And I get better carryover to my press. Because right now my training volume as far as pressing is going to come from the press. So I'm doing a 5x5. I'm doing some AM reps. I might even start greasing the groove on it. Right now I'm doing the greasing the groove on pull-ups because I feel like I need that extra rear delt. I need that extra mobility work from the dead hangs of it in my shoulders. And just coming in and doing 20 or 25 pull-ups every day from a dead hang is actually just stretching my shoulder joints out a bit. It's helping with my mobility a little bit. So that's fine. I'm just going to keep doing that for a little while, but I can see myself in the near future maybe doing a cycle of greasing the groove with the press, and maybe just coming in and doing work sets with 135 every day and just leaving that on a bar. But yeah, pull-ups were a little harder today. I got all of them. I mean, I got my pull-ups, but they were hard in comparison. My last set, you guys noticed I had to pause at the bottom the last couple of reps in order to get them. I felt like if I tried to do them continuous, I wasn't going to get it. But that's great. I mean, hanging onto the bar longer with a weight loaded up is good grip training. It's good grip training. So, hey, there's a benefit to that. But yeah, that extra few pounds of body weight seemed like it made the benching easier. And it made pull-ups harder, which is to be expected. It's funny how something as little as 4 pounds shift in water weight can do. Because that's ultimately what you get from days like that. But, you know, there are times when sometimes we pig out on a holiday and we put on 10 pounds. I managed to eat a lot of pecan pie yesterday. And I only put on 4 pounds of body weight. And because I followed my own strategies, I waited till noon to even break my fast. And I ate chicken and broccoli first thing. My first meal was like a pound of chicken and a half a pound of broccoli. Then I feasted on pecan pie. And all that. So it works out pretty well. Again, I feel like in a few days, hopefully by end of next week, I'll be down under 209. And we'll be under that going into December. I don't know what I'm going to hit by the DEXA scan. I don't even remember what day. I've got to call and find out. I forgot what day I even scheduled it. I've already paid for it because it's cheaper to buy them in packages. It was like $10 cheaper per scan if I bought a block of them at once. You guys know me. I like to budget. I'm not going to lie. Just because I'm doing okay financially doesn't mean I squander my money. You know, if I can get DEXA scans that I know I'm going to need for $10 cheaper, I'm going to get them $10 cheaper. But I went ahead and scheduled it because I've already paid for this one. And I got to check and see. It's sometime in the middle of the month. I don't remember what day. Who knows? I have so much stuff I have to get done next month. Oh, got a doctor's appointment I've got to keep for something totally unexpected. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked here. Let's talk about the training. And I did a 5x5 on the press. And I felt like on these, I was happy with the work. I was going to do an AMRAP at the end. But then I realized, you know what, I'm totally happy with this 5x5 today. We're going to call it quits, and I'll just make sure to get my pull-ups all weekend. No need to do the AMRAP. Probably start doing some of those next week because I'm anticipating going out to eat a couple times next weekend. So if I do all that, probably do the AMRAP so that I might grow off of whatever I happen to go out and eat, even though I'll probably still be within my calorie deficit. Still, I'll probably do that just to make sure. So I'll probably do a little bit more of the AMRAPs next week. But at the end of this week, I feel like this is good because I've got a lot of busy work I have to get done this weekend. I'm doing a lot of stuff rearranging my home because, as the whole internet does know, that I have this whole place to myself these days. Finally, it took a while to move everything out, but it's just me and Nova. So I'm reorganizing everything the way that I want it. And stuff like all my weights are coming out of this room, for example. I mean, I've got an entire pretty good sized place, and I feel like my stuff is crammed in a way that I'm not happy with the way it's organized. Things like that. So it's like I want my weights all in a different spot, and I don't necessarily want them here in the room I sleep in. I want this to be my bedroom and clothes and all that stuff. And so yeah, I'm in the middle of cleaning and reorganizing my entire place. So that's going to be all weekend long. So I'm going to be pretty busy with all that. And yeah, in fact, I'm going to get started on it, some of it as soon as I get done finished with this video. So I feel like I don't need the extra stuff. I'm going to burn, you know, some extra energy off and some extra calories just working on my place this weekend. I've actually been doing a ton of it already. I'm about halfway done. But I was going to wait till today and tomorrow to really move all the weights and everything around. You guys will probably notice that I'll be filming in a different room, training in a different room, and that's all good, man. I'm just rearranging everything to work out how I want it to. And so yeah, this last set was slightly challenging. It was challenging, but it wasn't total grinders, and that's good. So I figured this is good. This was solid work for a 5x5 today. I feel like I can hopefully increase it next week and we'll be good to go. So I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.